Cognitive therapy, in my opinion, is a step in the right direction from behavioral therapy. What cognitive therapy really does is it takes the thoughts of the person and actually takes them seriously. The thoughts matter. And so that's where it differs from behavioral therapy, where behavioral therapy is just how does the brain work, essentially. But the cognitive therapy, what it is similar to the behavioral therapy aspect is it seeks to, all right, we have these thoughts, how do we change these thoughts so that you are no longer inhibited by them while you're trying to live life? And so that's where an aspect of the behavior, where the cognitive therapy is stemmed from behavioral therapy, is very evident. So first wave of the cognitive therapy is very similar to behavioral therapy, where second wave more seeks to say that you've done it before, therefore maybe next time it'll be easier to do or it'll be okay. Like modern psychotherapies used the example of the skier at the top of the hill, where one skier might be like, yes, this is going to be fun, let's do this. The other skier might think, oh, this sucks, I might die, what about the health insurance if I get hurt? And it seeks to change it from that to, okay, yes, this is dangerous, but I didn't die last time, this could be a lot of fun. And so it's just simply modifying the thought processes instead of modifying the behavior as behavioral therapy did. Third wave kind of goes to the theory of life's not fair, get over it. That's the harsh way that I interpreted it. But it says, hey, you have anxiety, that's part of living in a fallen world, it's going to suck, you have to deal with it. But let's work on trying to figure out a way to deal with it. Maybe it's using baby steps and overcoming things one bit at a time. And so one of the things I think it gets right is, especially compared to behavioral therapy, cognitive therapy has a lot more room for Jesus and God. When you look at it, this sucks, but it's something that might have to be done anyways. We have the perfect example of Jesus, where he's like, hey, God, if you can take this cup and let it pass from me, that'd be great. But the immediate next line is, but let your will be done. And so I feel like that's just the epitome of like cognitive therapy in the Bible right there is, okay, yeah, this isn't going to be okay. This isn't what's supposed to be happening. But if it's going to be beneficial for the greater good, or for me as a person, then we're going to do it. And so that's what I think it gets right there, is allowing God to come in more freely and actually deal with that. The world's not an easy place to live in, and we do have to find ways to live in it. What doesn't seem quite right about it, though, is the fact that it doesn't really, again, it doesn't attack the root of the issue. Why are we afraid of the hill? Why do we not want to go down this mountain to ski? Or as an elevator one, maybe a person was locked in a room when they were a child, and so when they get into the elevator, they have that claustrophobia. And it's not just elevators they're afraid of. And so I'd like to see a therapy, which I think the humanistic therapy tends to go towards the actual root of the causes and dealing with the traumas. And instead of saying, okay, I have this thought currently, how can I modify this current thought? But it takes, all right, I have this current thought, how do I view it from the past, going with the psychodynamic, and change it to be beneficial now? Where people who have traumas, they have things that cause them to act a certain way, but they can use those for good if they learn to deal with them. And I don't think cognitive therapy really goes into that route. And again, the Bible says to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And so if we're just dealing with current behaviors, then the mind isn't totally getting transformed by God. It's not allowing God to work through it. So I'm always going to argue for a full examination of the root causes to transform those and the interpretations of those to benefit the person current day. And so, yeah, thank you.